Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today again. My name is Oluwadunsin Ogunleye, and I welcome you to our weekly series. We started this series last week, and the topic we have for us today is when screens took over the home, reclaiming family connection without guilt. This is part of our parenting series. As we all know, the theme for this month is presence over performance. If you took away screens tonight, would your home feel quieter or more connected? Stay with me. This conversation is not about blame, it's about understanding what screens quietly replaced and how to rebuild connection without guilt. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of our series, Parenting and Partnership in the 21st Century. Last week, we talked about why children can feel lonely even in loving homes. And so many people were asking me the question, is it possible for children to feel lonely after they receiving all the loves they are expecting? And I told them, yes, it is very, very possible. If you missed that section, I will encourage you to go and watch it on our social media platforms. So last week, as I told us earlier on, we spoke about feeling lonely in loving homes. But tonight, we are going one layer deeper. We are talking about when screens took over the homes, not because parents are careless, but because life changed. We are in the 21st century. So a lot of things have changed now compared to before that there were no phones, even TV. I remember growing up at TV then you have to slap it before you'll be able to get some channels to watch. But now you don't even need a TV. You may not even put on your TV for days and you still know what is going on around the world. So the screen is not taking over your phone. The screen is not taking over your home, but life have changed. I want to give you a reminder. This is a judgment-free space. No one is failing here. We are learning together. This is a place for us to learn. I want us to be honest to ourselves. Who uses screen more in your home? Adults or children? Who are those that use screen more in your home? Adults, children, or both of you? I want you to answer that question. Adults or children or both? If you like, you can put it in the chat. You can comment in the chat if you want to answer the question. Adults or children or both? Okay. Screen did not start the problem. Screen did not destroy family connections. Screens filled a gap. Yes, the screen have just filled the gap. And what are the gaps that we are not really paying attention to? A gap created by exhaustion, by long work hours, because when you stay too long at work and your children need your attention, instead for them to be waiting for mommy to come back, they can easily pick up their phone to do something else to keep them busy while you're at work. By parents stretched thin, screen became babysitters, pacifiers, coping tools. I don't know if we are trying to relate with all this. Is screen actually a babysitter in your home? Your baby is crying and the next thing for you to do, oh girl, I think let me just put cocoa melon for you, or put Peppa Pig, or have it. Even when that child does not even want to collect it. For those that have younger children, your baby does not want it, you now have to start forcing it on the baby. Have it. At least let me have some time to rest. Let me rest my brain. A pacifier, a coping tools. Technology did not replace parents. It replaced presence moments. Yes, technology did not replace we as parents, but it's fill the gap of presence moments. Before, if your child is crying, for some of us that are from Africa, you'll have to back the child and start rocking the child on your back, try to like pacify the child on your back. You talk to the child can smile at you, the child wants you to carry him or her, and the child can slip off on your back. But today, screen, you have something to replace that. Some people don't even know how to back children again. Yeah, because of this technology thing. Yeah. Now, let's talk about what screens slowly replaced in the home. What are the things, little things we are not paying attention to that screen have replaced in our homes? One, eye contact. Eye contact. I made an example of putting your baby on the back, like backing your baby and rocking your baby on your back. When the child is crying now, you don't even have time to, oh, baby, what do you want? Or child, what do you want? Just like, please go and pick your tab and play something on it. Boredom. Screen have quietly replaced boredomness. Conversations. At times you will notice the house will be so quiet because screen have replaced it. Conflict resolutions. We prefer staying more on our phones than I don't want trouble. Let me just stay on my lane. Conflict resolution. Shared silence. Screen did not take attention. They changed how families sit together. Screens did not take attention, but it changed how families sit together. Why rules alone don't work? Many parents respond with rules. No phone time, no screens during meals, take it away. Rules without relationship create resistance. If there is no relationship, it's going to create resistance. Yes, you don't want them to eat during meals. Okay, but they are not using screen during meals. But is there a relationship during meals? You seize the phone or the screen from them. Is there a relationship? What are you replacing it with? What are you replacing, taking it away with? No phone time. You are grounding them. What are you replacing it with? It's more than we just creating rules. It's easy to create rules, but is the relationship intact? Or are you ready to spend more time with them? You want to introduce maybe cooking, you want to introduce drawing, sketching, games. Yes, you don't want them to play with the phone, use screen. Accepted, good, very nice. But do you have time to play game with them? Do you have time to cook with them? Do you have time to do some craft work with them? Or you take the screen away from them and you still go to your room while you go to your room to go and get busy with your screen? We have to allow this rule to be in line with our relationship so that we are not creating resistance, so that we are not making them to get disconnected from us. Connection must come before correction. Before we correct, we have to be ready to be connected. It is very, very important that we pay attention to connection alongside our correction so that it will be very, very effective. The quiet living room. Let me give us some scenarios. We have a quiet living room, right? The family is in the same room. Everyone is on a device. No arguments, no conversations. It feels peaceful. Yes, it's very peaceful. Everything looks so nice, but it is disconnected because what? There is no communication. There is no relationship. The connection is not there. Even though it's peaceful, but the connection is not there. I have a question for you. When was the last time your home was loud with conversation instead of quiet with screens? When was the last time that you were able to discuss, you pick up an issue or a topic to talk about instead of just being quiet, scrolling through screens? Do you know that these home conversations even build social skills for our children? It helps our communication skills, even as parents. It helps us to handle situations. If you notice children of this generation, they are the way they handle situations, it's very, very funny because they are not used to it. They are not used to loud arguments. They are not used to conversations. So when now if there is a topic come up, maybe they go to school, they just want to talk, even though it's not in line with the topic, because they are not used to it. They've not learned it. So when was the last time your house was so loud with conversations? It's part of family bonding. It is part of family bonding because you'll be able to like correct your child. There may be someone that is ready to just let go. Okay, if you people agree, fine. And some will be like want to argue from morning till night. And some you will be able to like differentiate between these children because there is an avenue for them to communicate. And it will be easier for you to correct what you need to correct before they leave the four walls of your homes than for them to be corrected when they get out there. It's easy when you give room for this. It's build their self-esteem. They can easily navigate through any form of conversations as time goes on because they are used to it even from their homes. I will ask you that question again. When was the last time? When was the last time your home was loud with conversation instead of quiet with screens? Another scenario I will give you is the child who prefers the screen. A parent asks a child to pull down the device. The child resists. The parent feels rejected, right? The child is not choosing the screen over the parent. I hope you know that. The screen feels predictable. The screen feels predictable. It does not demand emotional energy. Yes, screen does not demand emotional energy compared to what does mommy want from me now? Please, I just want to stay. I need my space and different kinds of excuses. It does not demand emotional energy. I will give us another example. A parent hands over a device, not because they don't care, but because they are exhausted. That's not failure. They see it as survival because the parent felt he or she was tired. And the next thing they can just do is have this, stay away from my space. Now, what moment of the day do screens take over the most in your home? What moment of the day do screens take over the moments in your home? Morning, after school or work, dinner time, bedtime? I want to see your comments in the comment section. What moment of the day do screens take over the moments in your home? Is it in the morning, after school work, dinner time, or bedtime? Yes. Okay. Bedtime, bedtime, bedtime. All right. Okay. Bedtime. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Another honest question I have for you is that if screen disappeared for 1 hour tonight, in your home, what would your family struggle with most? If screens disappeared for 1 hour tonight, what would your family struggle with most? Silence, boredom, conversation, conflict. Let's comment. Silence, boredom, conversation, conflict. Early to bed. Yes, because there is no screen to keep them. They will go to bed early. All right. Early to bed. Early to bed. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Let's do something practical now. Choose one screen free moment this week. It may not be the whole day. It's not going to be a dramatic detox. Just one moment. An example of the moment I meant is maybe dinner time, bedtime routine, car ride, or 10-minute presence ritual without phone. 10-minute presence ritual without phone. Let's try it this week. Let's try it this week. Now, I have a reflection for us. Here's one thing I want you to remember tonight. Screens did not take over because you failed. They took over because the world changed. Reconnection does not start with rules. It starts with intention. We have to be intentional about it. It's more than just saying, I notice you people in this house, you have always been staying too long on your phone. Even when you're talking to your spouse, be like, oh, you're always on your phone. As from this time forth, whenever I'm in the house, no more phone. It doesn't work like that. We have to be intentional about it. Yes, we don't want to be spending too much time on the screen, but what are we replacing it with? What are the things that were missing before? Maybe you cook together, you eat together. You have to be intentional. You have to define it before you start bringing up all those rules. One present moment a day can change the emotional climate of your home. That it will be so it will make that home an environment whereby people, your family members, always want to come home early. I had the story of someone that even when they close from school, when the children close from school, they don't want to go home. They want to stay back in school for some time so that by the time they get home, it's just eat and go to bed. Because what? There is a disconnection. The emotional climate of that home is very, very toxic. But when the emotional climate is healthy, it will make everyone, both father, mother, children, be eager to come home because we are intentional about our relationship, our conversation. The love is there, the bond is there, the presence moment is there. There will be love. Now, if you want help creating screen boundaries, then don't create battles. The presence over performance workbook will walk you through it step by step. We have the link in the chat. You can check our website, mindfulmommy.com/resources. This will help you I want you to be intentional about it. It's not just about you downloading this workbook. We want you to make use of this workbook. That's why we have provided this type of workbook for you. Follow it through step by step, and it's children friendly no matter their age. We created it intentionally to create family bonding, so everyone can come together. Maybe after dinner, you come on the dining table and fill in the gap according to your own age section where the section is toddler friendly, is teen friendly. The toddlers, they can draw. Yes, we know so many toddlers cannot write, so they can draw. They can draw their own emotions, how they want to express their emotions. Follow it step by step. And if these conversations resonated with you, you are welcome into the Mindful Mom community. It's a space for parents choosing connection over survival. It's not just about survival of the fittest. We want to have a connected home. Like one of our taglines in Mindful Mom, a happy mother makes a happy family. A happy family makes a happy community. And how can we make a happy community? Is when we choose to be connected over survival. We really need to be connected. We really need to build this conversation. We really need to build this love. Our emotional climate must be healthy. We must be intentional about it. This is one of the things we do at Mindful Moms, paying attention to our relationships. A lot of things like what we discussed today about this screen thing is necessary. We want to check our mails, we want to see some movies, we want to listen to news. Yes, they are all necessary, but we must check and balance it so that it does not affect our relationship, especially if we have younger children. The younger children are toddlers and maybe early teens, they don't understand most of these things, that there is a place of communication in the home these days. There is no relationship between children and parents, and it's affecting the society. So, next week, we are talking about something many parents feel but rarely say out loud. And what is that? Busy is not the problem. Disconnection is. Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy. Oh, I have a lot of things to do on my plate. Yes, you have a lot of things to do, but I hope you are not disconnected. Look at it from what we just did this week about screen. Yes, you are busy. You want to check your mails. You want to send out mails, but hope you are not being disconnected. And I want to ask you that question. I want you to ruminate on that question. You are busy. Very fine. Perfect. You need to be busy. You need to pay your bills. Accepted. This is not a judgment zone, but I hope you are not disconnected from your family. Answer yes or no inside your heart. Hope you are not disconnected from your family. Hope the love is still there. Hope the bond is still there. Hope the communication is still there. Thank you for being here today. Remember, presence matters over present. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found one value or the other from this section today. I'm so sorry this section was so short. Yes, we had a lot of challenges setting up, but thank you for joining today. And I'm so glad you are here. Thank you so much for all those that have been reaching out to us, sending us DM, how you've been seeing values in all our content. This is an encouragement to us to do more. And if you find this valuable, feel free to share with your families and friends. We are open to suggestions. You can write us at info@mindfulmommy.com. Thank you so much for having us today. See us again next week, the same time, 11:30 Eastern Time. Bye.